This is an average golfer, and this handsome lump of meat is me, a top 4% golfer. If we play the exact same holes, what differences, even if ever so slight, would you see? And what can you learn to improve your own game? Let's find out. J5, a rare sighting on the golf course, approaches every round like a caged bird finally tasting freedom. His golf outings are less and less common, so he's like a dormant volcano ready to erupt. The driver, his deepest love and trusty companion, becomes a mighty battering ram in his hands, striking the ball with the force of Thor's hammer. Despite his busy days plowing the fields, J5, in these golfing moments, unleashes the driver with the fervor of a warrior breaking free from the chains of routine. Meanwhile, there I am, having danced with the golf gods for more than 20 rounds in 20 days in Scotland. I wield my clubs like a seasoned maestro leading an orchestra, each swing a note in my strategic symphony, an assassin with a purpose. I approach every shot like a sharpshooter, zeroing in on a distant target. And after all that, Johnny beats me by one shot on the opening hole as a 3-putt separates us.
Unlucky.
Smooth putting. Yeah, good par.
Par 5s can feel like a tongue twister to most average golfers because you need 3 or 4 decent shots in a row, avoiding disaster like trying to walk a tightrope and avoiding slipping at every step. J5 commits an unforced error, hitting into the gorse bush on the left side of the fairway. Let's call that landmine number 1. On the other side of the hole, I managed to string together 2 or 3 solid shots in a row, giving myself a chance at birdie, and this is the major difference. Johnny has all the shots I have. He just needs to pick the ones that avoid catastrophe more often. I plot my way around every hole as if I'm on the border of Thailand and Myanmar, avoiding landmines with every step. Landmine number 2 and 3 for J5 come with 2 unsuccessful chip shots. I kept my ball on the right side of the hole and short of the green on approach with a purpose, to keep my feet off the landmines in front of me along the way to the hole. But J5 could dodge those landmines like you can by hitting a shot that will stay in play 100%.
I think that might be 10.
Just beneath the surface, J5 unveils a game I know he has, just like you probably have, as long as you have the balls to manage the course without fear of ridicule. Course management takes the decisions out of your friend's hands and out of the ether and puts it back into your hands. You decide what shot you're going to hit based on your ability, not anyone else's expectation. For many casual golfers, a 3-putt is almost automatic from 30 feet, especially as you walk up to the green, praying that your eyes are lying to you and your ball is actually closer. You might even imagine yourself looking dejected after you hit 3 or 4 putts before you've even hit the first putt. Look at the facts and avoid adding extra seasoning of your own, and then state the facts out loud. I have a putt. That's it. If you miss, then you have another chance to make a putt. Avoid making bad score predictions in your head before you even hit the next shot.
There are no prizes for going in that bunker. So I am not going at the flag. Or I can hook it into the bunker.
You're over.
J5, like a storyteller setting the stage, places his ball in the very bunker he warned himself about earlier.
I hate bunkers. Absolutely hate them.
The challenge is not over, and he's left with a very tricky shot. J5 opts for the intelligent play. His ball lands on the green safely, not out of fear, but from a tactical understanding. He's fully aware of the bunker's gravitational pull. Like a wise navigator steering clear of treacherous waters, he secures his position on the green.
Oh, good touch.
We can avoid these kind of landmines by hitting enough club to either clear the hazards, hit to the right or to the left of the hazards, or even stay short of these hazards. But we must never talk ourselves into the hazard before the shot. Talk about what you want to do, not what you don't want to do.
Oh, no!
I have like no feeling that I'm going to hit it on my line. Damn it. Bloody
Okay.
Oh, what a good,
There we go.
what a good up and down.
J5's confidence with the driver is like watching a hard-hitting Mike Tyson.
Oh, yeah.
Effortless power bombs landing without care. Every now and then, though, he's going to bite someone's ear and wake up with a face tattoo. That's why you see me hitting irons and positioning myself tactically. Think of it this way. My strategy is to rope-a-dope the golf course, preventing high scores. It's not glamorous, but the gap in score between me and J5 is clearly widening. J5, like a power puncher, swings his driver with total fluidity, leaving him much closer to the green with the force of a blow straight to my nose. But the par 5 is the true battleground, a challenge that separates the top 4% from the average contenders. It's a championship round, a defining moment where differences in skill become glaring. We both find ourselves in similar positions after 2 shots. But my extensive training on the links of Scotland for the last 3 weeks has honed my short game like a fighter's precise footwork, while Johnny, the occasional contender, tackles the challenge with the rustiness of a fighter out of the ring. I execute an artful combo of chips and putts, a sequence as fluid as a boxer's dance, securing a birdie from similar distance off the green. Meanwhile, J5, struggling with his short game, faces a 3-putt bogey, a stumble in the fight. The par 5 widens the gap even further between us, clearly showing the strategic mastery that separates the elite from the contenders in a golfing brawl.
This hole was my kryptonite.
And it's clear that J5 has a mysterious voodoo on this particular hole over years as a member of St Andrews.
We'll go have a look.
I opt for a 6-iron, expecting a big bounce and rollout on the firm turf. J5, with a low lofted hybrid, falls prey to the spoken curse he has already put on this hole, labeling this 9th hole his kryptonite. This is where the score widens even further. A casual golfer may find themselves haunted by shots from their golfing past, while a top 4% golfer has the skill to select and execute shots without conjuring up imaginary goblins into reality.
Excellent.
0 Stableford points on that. Oh, what a putter.
Even though I hit the ball longer, I noticed J5 is only a club or a club and a half shorter than me, a testament to the power of strategy over hit and hope spray and pray golf. For most average golfers, the key lies in removing negative foreshadowing from the mental corner and replacing it with positive intentions. What do you want to do? What can you do? The par 5s have divided us, but shot placement is just as important on par 4s. J5 and I play around the same distances on some of these holes. The placement of the second shots has been the most important throughout. The second shot often determines what happens on almost every hole. If you place yourself in the path of the right hook, you're going down. You see, you don't need to land precise, accurate blows through tiny gaps in the defense of the monster in front of you. But if you keep dodging left and right of the incoming blows, you give yourself a lot of space to make better decisions and smarter moves with plenty of time. The differences are so small between a top 4% golfer and the average golfer. It's a bad decision here, a negative prediction there, and a low commitment shot sprinkled in between. But you know what? Some golfers love to go out swinging, smashing an almighty drive or two without caring about anything else. That's J5, and it could be you too. You love it, he loves it, I love watching it. Now that you know the difference between a top 4% golfer and the average golfer, check out this video on how to get from being an average golfer down to being a top 4% golfer. Easy peasy.